Guys, so today we're making Haitian style patties. I'm going to be showing you two different flavors. We're going to be making Haitian saltfish patties and also Haitian smoked herring patties. My absolute favorite is the smoked herring patties. They're so good. So let's get started with the recipe. Alright guys, so in this part right here I have my saltfish, and in a second I'll show you the smoked herring. And the first step to do with both the saltfish and the smoked herring is to boil it. So I'm gonna add some water in the pot with the saltfish and in the separate pot with the smoked herring. This is my smoked herring right here, and you're gonna boil it each for about 10 minutes. Then you're gonna throw that water out, add fresh water into the pot, and boil it a second time again. All right, that is to remove the salt in the fish. And yeah, so you're gonna boil it twice, remove that water. After you do that, we're going to start flaking up the fish. So the smoked herring do come with sometimes a bone in the middle. You want to remove that bone, and then the rest of the bone in the smoked herring is very tiny and very, I describe it as straw because it's very flexible and eatable. Okay, so you don't really have to take that out. So all you want to do is take out the big bone in the middle, or you could also buy the smoked herring that don't come with the bone at all, and only the tiny ones which you can cook it with and eat. Okay, so after you do that, you're gonna use 2 forks to flake the fish. Both the saltfish and the smoked herring, you flake it the same way. It's the same preparation. I'm just showing you 2 different varieties of fish and how to make the patties. So you want to flake it very small, as you see me doing, because you don't want big chunks of fish in the patty. So very small. Use the fork, or if your hands will work better, you can put on gloves and do it. So next, I finely diced up some veggies and fresh herbs to put in my fish. So right in this plate I have some onion, some bell peppers, I mixed the colors, scallion, a few cloves of minced garlic, and you're gonna add all of those very finely diced veggies into your frying pan. So in the frying pan I add a little bit of oil. Once the pan gets hot, I add in the veggies and I let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. So first I'm gonna cook the saltfish. So this is the seasoning for the saltfish. I have a mixture of onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, no salt. Saltfish is salt enough, and a little bit of turmeric powder. All right, so after I add everything in my pot and the veggies start to soften a little bit, I'm gonna add in the seasonings, and next I'm gonna add in the saltfish. Okay, so mix everything together and let it cook for about 3 minutes or so, just until everything is well blended and sauteed for a few minutes. Then you could turn off the saltfish from the stove and set it aside. Okay, so next let's cook up the smoked herring. So in my frying pan I'm adding a little bit of oil, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan, and then I'm gonna add in my diced up veggies and fresh herbs. So I'm using the same veggies for like I did for the saltfish. So onion, minced garlic, scallion, bell peppers. Okay, and you're gonna add that into your frying pan, cook it for 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're gonna add in the smoked herring. So as you can see, you want your smoked herring and even the saltfish to be flaky as this. All right, very fine. So add it in, mix it with the veggies, and you're gonna let that cook for about 3 minutes or so. I'm gonna season it up a little bit with some onion powder, garlic powder, no salt, you don't need salt here, black pepper. Okay, for the smoked herring I don't add any turmeric powder, just in the saltfish. Mix that in with the smoked herring and let it cook until it's sauteed and done. And that's it for the fillings, you guys. So let's get on to the dough, the pastry dough, which is very easy because mine is store-bought. It makes making these pastries and these patties So easy, and it saves a lot of time. All right. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start by dusting my counter surface with a little bit of flour so that my dough don't stick on the counter. Then this is the puff pastry that I'm using. This is the brand. All right, and it comes with 2 sheets. For these patties, I would say get 2 to 3 boxes because the 1 box won't be enough. Okay, and from the 1 box you will probably get, if you're making large patties, you're probably only going to get about 3 to maybe 6 patties. If you're making small patties, you might get about 9 or 10ish. All right, so get a few boxes, 2 to 3 boxes. And next, what you're gonna do, follow the package directions on how to thaw the puff pastry sheets, and then you're gonna place it on your counter surface. Then I'm gonna lightly roll it out a little bit, and then you're gonna use a knife to score the pastry and cut it out to make the patties. Today I'm making smaller patties, so this is how I ended up cutting it. If you'd like larger regular size patties, then you wouldn't cut it as much as I did. All right, so instead of this 1 sheet getting about 9 pieces of patties out of it, you cut it into like larger squares. All right, so after you do that, what you're gonna do is you should wet the dough, the edge of the dough first, and then put the filling. Although I did this reverse here, I put the filling and then I wet the dough. It's easier if you wet the edge of the dough first. All right, and then you're gonna place the filling in the middle on one side of the dough, so that the other side you can fold it over and close the patty. All right, and again, don't add too much filling. So first I'm showing you guys the smoked herring patties, and I'm just gonna close my patty after I finish adding the filling. Fold it over, press it tightly so that it seals, and then you use a fork to help seal it even better. And the fork also adds a nice design to the edge of your patties. Okay, so after you do that, you're gonna place the patties on a greased baking sheet. Make sure you grease it so that it doesn't stick, and preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so I'm gonna finish making my patties. Next, I'm gonna show you the saltfish patties, but I'm doing the same thing I just explained with the smoked herring patties. The same step, same everything. All right, so I'm gonna do the saltfish patties, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, so here's my patties. I'm finished making them. So now in this little cup I have some egg wash. So I just beat 1 egg with a little bit of water, and once I'm done beating it, I'm using my pastry brush to brush the top of each of my patties with the egg wash. That is gonna give it that nice golden brown color we love on the patties. Okay, so once I'm finished brushing them, I'm gonna place my patties in the oven to bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's puffy and golden brown. Once it's nice and golden brown, you're gonna remove it from the oven. Okay, and here are my finished smoked herring patties. Look at it, so puffy and delicious. The store-bought puff pastry sheet makes it so easy to make, and yeah, this is one of my favorite patties. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like when you cut into it or bite into it. Next, I'm gonna show you guys the saltfish patties, and that is it for this recipe, you guys. So easy and absolutely delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you give the recipe a try. If you do, let me know how it turns out in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see my upcoming videos. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.